Okay, so what is this process called?
Lytic.
Lytic. Lysis is the actual breaking out at the end. But this is lytic cycle. Would I ever use the word lytic for an animal virus? No, never. Okay? I only say lytic for phage viruses. Okay, what if the bacteria wasn't very healthy? Yeah, he's going to wait. How does he wait? Integrating himself. But there's a special word for that. When he's what's another word for integrated for a phage virus inside of a bacteria? Lysogenic is, does anyone remember? Prophage.
Oh,
That's what it's called.
so prophage is when we wait?
No. Prophage is integration.
Okay.
Yeah. Specifically for a phage inside of a bacteria. Okay. Not in the camera. Now, the word lysogenic is referring to waiting. The word that means lysogenic for an animal virus is latent. Latent and lysogenic mean the same thing, except for lysogenic is talking about a phage virus and latent is talking about an animal virus. Does that help you understand what lysogenic means? It's like waiting. So now every single time this bacteria does what? What is it? What's the fancy word for bacterial replication?
Binary fission.
Binary fission. Who said that? That's good. If it's not on this test, it'll be on the next, but it probably will be on this test. Bacterial replication is called binary fission. And that's a word that you guys will get very familiar with. Yeah.
So that's just when they multiply?
Yeah, so he splits into two.
That's
And then
binary
there's
fission?
binary fission. Is it ION or? Sure. So now every single time that bacteria does binary fission, what do the baby bacteria have? The phage DNA. So they're all prophage as well, right? It's integrated. Is that okay? Now is this phage going to be there forever? He hopes not. He's hoping the bacteria will get healthier so he can do what? Make babies. So when the bacteria is healthy, hopefully it doesn't die, he'll take himself out, right? And then he'll make babies and he'll lyse the cell. This longer process, like we said before, is called lysogenic. I think the longer process, the longer word. Lysogenic, it's longer. Lytic, the shorter word, the shorter process. Yeah.
Does lysogenic end up making more overall?
Yeah, it's actually, it could be good or it could be bad. It could be good because think, this bacteria divides into two, then these bacteria are going to divide into.
Right.
So, and then if they all wake up at the same time, all the phage DNA, then you can like lyse a bunch of bacteria at once. But you run the risk of these bacteria never getting healthy at the same time.
And some could be healthy and some could not.
Yeah. So it probably ends up balancing out.
So on the test, he would want to make sure that we know like the lytic is different than lysogenic.
Mm-hmm. Phage viruses, not animal viruses. All the words I wrote on this board, except for, every single word I wrote on this board has to do with phages. Why would binary fission not have to do with animal viruses? Because we're talking about eukaryotic cells with, first of all, viruses don't do binary fission because they have a really complicated replication process, right? Second of all, the host cell of eukaryotic or of animal viruses doesn't do binary fission because it's a eukaryotic cell. Binary fission is bacterial replication, right? Okay, does that feel okay?
So, lytic is when the phage enters the bacteria, sees that it's healthy, makes babies, triggers the lysogenic event, or
No.
lytic event.
Lysis.
Yeah, lysis.
Lytic is the process, lysis is the end.
Okay. So it triggers the lysis, all the babies come out. Lysogenic is when it goes prophage, integrates itself into the DNA. Binary fission happens, then it does the same thing but with all the multiplied bacteria, right? Okay.
Perfect.
So the term for bacteria latent is latent?
That's the term for animal
That's
viruses.
Okay.
Can there be lytic and lysogenic? Because it could multiply and then that bacteria can be healthy right away. And it could,
Yeah, I just wait, so it's like a longer
Lytic and then lysogenic?
like it was lysogenic and it made those two, made the copies,
Yeah.
but then that one could be lytic, right? Because that bacteria could be healthy right away.
Oh. Yeah, sometimes you can say it went lysogenic and then it went lytic. But for this test, you really want to see, just think of them as two separate things.